Hi, everybody, and welcome to Conscious Talk TV. And I'm your host, Linda Summers, and we provide shows to bring awareness and truth to humanity. And today's topic is our financial liberation from the current debt slavery system with Shoshi Herscu. And she should be coming on board any minute now. So I just want to welcome all the people who are tuning in tonight. Tonight, wherever you are, today, my time, Pacific Standard. So thanks for everybody joining us. And as soon as she gets here, we will start the show. What I do want to, I'll just give you, I think she's, okay, she'll probably be back in a second. The points that we're going to be talking about, what is the QFS and how it is different from the current financial system, the activation of the QFS, what is the NESARA Act, the implementation of the GESARA Act, and why is GESARA necessary, and when is the reset in the RV expected to happen. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about today on the show. So I'm excited because, you know, we're talking about the quantum financial system and just the whole reset of the currency and just a lot of changes happening. So anyway, we're just waiting for her. And so, let's see. Hey, Junior. Thanks for joining. Shoshi posted something. I know she was working on her computer, so anyway, we'll see when she joins us. And not sure when I'm doing the next show. Oh, I think she's still working on getting her computer up and going. So anyway, thank you guys for your patience. We will get rolling here in a bit. As you know, Rick and I have talked about the QFS, the GESARA, NESARA. We have spoke about that. But Shoshi has done, hi Helen. Shoshi has done quite a bit more information, as she is an investigative journalist. So she's gotten quite a bit more information on that. So let's see. She might have a message for me. Why can't the interview see me? Let's see. Okay. Sorry, she's on here, but we can't see her, so I'm not sure. Let's see. No, she sees us. Let's see. Sorry, guys. You know, that's what happens when you do technology and live streaming. You just never know what's going to happen. I share like the one. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Junior, for sharing it all over. We're just trying to get her on here. Let's see. There's another message. I joined with my camera. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to communicate with her and find out what's going on. Hi, Jill. Thanks. Yeah, nothing is by accident. Well, we know Mercury is in retrograde for the whole month, which we're just about out of that. But so technical things and communications are not always good. She can see us, we can't see her, and we can't hear her. And yeah, so we're just kind of waiting to see everything is connected. I'm just connecting with her, guys, on Messenger. I think she updated Chrome, and so in her update, maybe something happened in that update. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, Junior, I'm not in any hurry. I don't know where I'm going to go. So I'm kind of just here and, all is good. I mean, I don't ever, well, I'm not going to say it's true because I shouldn't say I never, but, and hopefully I'm in real time too. I know I was delayed with, this whole, let's see what she's saying. Okay. Let's see. Oh, oh, that's what she's going to do. Okay, I was just telling her to maybe get out and reboot. So let's see if that works. So hang in there, guys. We are going to go on with the show. So, I could actually read to you all the information she sent me on each of these. The article that she wrote under the Mass Awakening, she wrote an article. And so this is information out of that. And yeah, so our financial liberation from the current debt slavery system. Wouldn't that be awesome? But as Lawrence Wendell has said too, it's like in order to be out of this slavery system, we can't wait for something to happen. And I know that Roman and I talked about this in the show the other day, that we can't wait for things to happen, that we have to do things ourselves to put things in action. Excuse me one second. She's got a message. Oh, okay. So, it's like Lawrence was saying, we can't wait around for something. We have to start slowly disconnecting ourselves from the system for whatever that looks like for you. But whatever resonates with you and whatever you're guided to do instead of going by what somebody says you should do, that's not for everybody. And so it really is something that whatever resonates with you, whatever you decide you want to do, like for me, I quit, paying the credit cards and taxes and things like that. So because I felt like, well, if it's a corrupt system and by law, we're not supposed to deal in anything corrupt. And yeah, so I thought, well, if that's the case, then I don't want to be involved in a corrupt system. And when I was talking to Rick about that, when I decided to do that, he says there's information that backs all of that up. So anyway, that was for me. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Red was beautiful. Not sure what that means, but anyway, okay, she's gonna try and get back in. Let me see if she's got a message. I'm not sure why she updated her Chrome. I actually did mine because I wanted to be in real time, which I think I might still be a little bit delayed. Hopefully I'm not. I know when I have to upload to YouTube. Oh, by the way, you guys can go check out the shows on YouTube as well. You can subscribe and like, and you can comment. I know some of you already have done that, but it's under Linda Summers. And also, you can go to my Instagram, which is Linda S as in Sam Summers. That's my Instagram where I also post all the shows too. Jill, there are tons of things we can do, like leave the big banks. Yes. Use local credit unions. Yes, which I have a credit union that I'm working with. Do not keep a lot of cash in them. Yep, and consider investing in a bit of silver and gold. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Silver has much more room to grow from the price suppression in gold. Yeah, my neighbor actually has a bunch of silver, and yeah, and the only thing that I have in the bank is just to pay my my bills that I have. Like I have my internet and my phone, and so oh yeah, the mass article by Shoshi. Yeah, so I only have what I need in there just to pay the bills, and that's it. That and then I just each month put money in there. But yeah, absolutely, Jill. There's things we can do, and not consenting to anything. I mean, I was talking to another angel, and she was talking about some things that people were trying to force her to do, and she was like, I'm not doing that. And like we talked about the vaccines in one of the shows. I don't think it was with Roman, but somebody had asked the question about vaccines, and it was me personally, and my kids were younger, and my kids are older, and I told them, a long time ago, do not even get the flu shot. I mean, people are like, you got to get the flu shot. Why do you think the flu shot is for free? Because they want to go ahead and inject people. Like, hello. So I told my kids, do not get the flu shot. I mean, doctors don't even get the flu shot. So things like that, So if I had kids, well, hopefully we can get her on here. But if I had kids, I would not be having them, and if the schools are forcing me to do that, then I'd be talking to a lot of other parents, getting a petition, and kind of like, people have done. Ah, there she is.
Hello. I'm really, really, really sorry.
It's a big echo.
Oh.
Do you have earbuds or something? Because it's a really huge echo.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to
That's better.
Yes? Do you
it's
hear?
A little bit of it. It's,
okay.
Yeah, we hear you, but it's kind of like really echoish and loud. Lynette saying is a wonderful YT person to follow regarding the fiat purchases and precious.
I use earbuds.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
That way there's not a background noise. Thank you, Jill, for that.
Okay. Here. I prepared a lot of great information for you. So thanks for being patient, because I prepared something really a great surprise, that information from today about the topic that I'm going to talk about, which is the global currency reset. Okay, how is it now? Do you hear me? No.
Yeah, but it's not any different. So I don't even know if you need those unless you plugged it in.
I plugged it into the wrong place. How is it now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's good. I think we're good. I feel like I have an echo on my end.
Oh, okay. But today it's much better than last time, because you're not blurred. Today you're very clear. So
yes. Well, I moved places first of all, and I updated Chrome.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I still feel like I'm a little bit delayed. Well, we're glad you're here. Is that good? You want to take those out?
I don't hear you.
Okay, just take those out, Shoshi. It's all good. You're fine.
Okay.
It's really the same anyway.
Oh, okay. So, well, I'm here, and let's start.
Welcome. Yes. Oh, okay, so we're going to begin with, well, I don't know if anybody else can hear an echo, but I can. What is the QFS and how it is different from the current financial system?
Okay, so the QFS is the quantum financial system, which is a quantum computer, and it is a live, conscious AI, artificial intelligence, which cannot be compromised as it replaces human. It is benevolent AI. It's not like the Kabbal's malevolent AI that one robot you can see on video that it said that it wants to kill humans. So this is something different. It's a benevolent AI that was provided by the benevolent galactics to the Alliance. This system, you will not be able to transfer the fiat money that is you have right now that has no value. You will be able to only transfer gold-backed or asset-backed, because there are other assets that countries have except for gold. And this will completely stop the central banking and the fiat money that can be compromised. This QFS cannot be compromised and cannot be rigged, because it supervises each transfer. It has to be gold-backed, it has to be legal, it has to be owner-owned, it has to be you cannot rig it, and that's the difference. Because right now it's compromised built in. I mean, it's
in the grid.
So this is the difference, and this will stop the central banking currently of the Cabal, which will end all the power that they have, because this money laundering and usury and manipulation, this is how they manage to control us so well for such a long time.
So I have a question. Well, two questions. One, so you're saying that the cash. So am I echoing you guys? Can somebody confirm with me if I am? Junior says yes. If I am, I'm going to get back out and then come back in. Am I echoing on your end? Shoshi?
I hear an echo on your end. I don't hear an echo on my end.
No, it's just kind of loud. So let me go back out. And if you want to answer that question, I'm going to go out and come back in. But so the question is, you were mentioning about we won't be able to use the fiat money.
Yes, a great question.
So with not being able to use that fiat money, then what will we have to exchange to buy goods and stuff? So if you want to answer that, I'll be right back, you guys.
Yes, great question, Linda. Money. So you don't lose your money, but only if it's legal. So the Cabal won't be able to do this because they are doing things illegally. So if you're doing things legally, you will not lose your money. That's very important. You will just exchange it. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, so you're still able to exchange
Yes.
the money.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course. You will receive the new currency, which will be gold backed or asset backed.
Right. And so do we know how much we'll be receiving? Oh my gosh, it's really echoing.
Well,
Can you turn your volume down a little bit?
okay.
Let's see.
Is it better? Is it better now? I turn it down. I turn the volume down.
Let me see. That's a little bit better. Still a little bit of an echo. So I'm going to ask you a question. If you want to answer that, then I'm going to go ahead and try this again. How much will we be getting of the gold back, and when is that going to happen?
Okay. Well, I don't know how much you will get as an individual person. I know and with videos, with links to videos, and there are explanation in English, so you have no problem understanding this. Now the third is France. The French are amazing. I mean, I cannot believe they continue for the 19th week in a row, if you remember, from October. And now Macron wants to crush this protest, the yellow vest protest in France, and he brings in, he's deploying the French military, the French army in Paris. And the excuse is that it is to keep the peace. But those that don't keep the peace and actually were caught red-handed robbing a football shop in Saint-Germain in Paris, it was the French police. It wasn't the yellow vest. And but it is a pretext to bring in the army and to crush this protest. But I think that it won't work. The cabal is going down.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
Yeah, and Roman also mentioned too that the yellow vest, the police were also dressing up and putting the yellow vest on and going and doing disruptive things to make it look like the yellow vest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like Antifa. They place people that will make mess, and then they will sabotage this protest. Yes, you're absolutely right, Linda.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know where I left off because I was out in somewhere else trying to connect. So you explained like when we'll receive the monies and how, you know, like how that's going to look, how people should be prepared. Is it going to go in your account? Because if the banks are no longer banks, they have to be some form of institution. Well, I don't know if they have to, but.
You asked me about how much people will actually have in money, in the new money.
Yeah, so how is it going to, it has to go to some form of institution, and then how much are they going to determine? I think you were saying that in this quantum digital system that's worldly, that they determine what each person will get, correct?
No.
There's supposed to be equality. No? Okay.
No, what I was saying, and I wrote about it, is that each country will have a certain amount of assets attributed to it according to a specific quantitative formula that they will have to use, and then accordingly they will have the value of how much the country is kind of valued according to a specific formula that each country of those 209 countries will participate in the QFS. I mean, the 209 countries that signed this Paris Accord that I think that GESARA was part of it. It was secretly, it was embedded within it. Yes. But I don't know how much each one of us will get in money. I mean, we have to get to after the global currency reset, and then after this formula is done, then we will know how much each one of us will have. Because first of all, we need to know how much the country has.
Yeah, yeah. But now, will it come on a certain, like a credit card, or will it just be automatically placed inside an account? Do you know anything of that nature?
From what I know, what we have now, the paper money, is going to be out. It's not going to be used anymore because it doesn't have any value. The coins will remain. That's very interesting, that's very interesting. The coins will remain. There will be also cards that will have a certain value attributed to them or how much you have, but it's not like money will disappear altogether. Coins will remain because coins can be made of gold or silver, and they will be, you will actually see them that they are, but what we have right now, these notes, they will disappear, from what I understand.
But it'll be a transition because there's so much out there that eventually it will disappear because there'll be a transitional period. Yeah.
Yes, it's a transitional period because people are used to it, but there will be a time that we will not need this because part of the GESARA or part of this GCR is afterwards all the super advanced technologies will be released to the public, including replicators, including all sorts of healing, and we will be able to produce these things according to wish. I mean, we will just press a button, as Corey would describe, and we will produce it. So we will not be in need of money or exchange because each one of us will be able to have a home, and there are replicators, small replicators and larger replicators. We will be able to produce food. We will be able to produce houses, anything, healing device. So we will not need, and we will not need to pay for these devices. It's not something that we.
So then, what would be the point of having the gold-backed currency if there's no need to pay for anything?
No, first of all, before there is going to be a certain transition time because everything will be probably, and this is my speculation, okay? It's going to be incrementally. I don't think that one day they will throw the replicators on our heads and we will start producing food, etc. I think that no, I'm seeing now replicators dropping out of the sky. So it's
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that would be well, that'd be kind of cool because I know there's free energy and things like that, and I know that Trump did mention that in one of his speeches. So, what about the stocks and the like people that have IRAs? You know, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of investments, annuities, things like that. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, from what I know, and this is something that we need to check, me included, from what I know is that the stock exchange at the moment, it is used by the cabal for laundering money.
Yeah.
So the stock exchange is going to be shut down, from what I know. But people are not going to lose money. I don't think that the alliance, I mean, humanity was so enslaved and so robbed. I mean, cabal robbed from humanity so much from so many aspects, so that I don't believe that people who have legal investments, they will be probably reimbursed or refunded. I don't know, but I don't believe that that people who are honest and have their pensions. I mean, we know what happened with Soros, that pensioners, retired people in the UK lost their pensions, and I don't know about the 401k in the US. It's horrible. So I don't believe that people who invested or saved money, they will lose it. I think they will be taken care of, but the cabal is going to lose their tools of manipulation, and the stock exchange is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, that was my understanding too, that from doing some interviews, that that they wouldn't lose their money. And that, you know, it's not a matter of anybody being worried about what's going to happen, because it's all about equality.
Mm-hmm.
And also taking care of the people that are homeless on the streets first, you know.
I agree.
So that's what I heard as well too. Yeah.
Yes, this will end after yes, because there is enough for everyone. This system was created to control, and we can see what they are still doing, because they are cut off of. They will be cut off the central banking and fiat money, but they still do their utmost in order to control us and depopulate us in whichever they possibly can. I'm focusing at the moment as an activist. They focus on the 5G, and this is horrendous. This is the quiet Holocaust, as an Israeli activist that I spoke about told me, because I received a letter about the 5G from the Ministry of Communication here, and it was filled of lies, and I let him read it, and he said, oh my God, what he read what he understands in it much more than me, and he said, what they are writing here is a Holocaust everywhere. And people are not aware of this and are very concerned. From Ireland, I don't know where the viewers are, but from Ireland, from the UK, in Israel, and they push it very, very fast. I mean, it's like right before our liberation, they become frantic because they are going to lose it. So it's scary. Believe me, it's scary. But they are going to lose this battle, finally.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of help out there in the heavens, you know, that are coming down to help and really making sure that things are taken care of. And we're down here too, doing the work too. So, you know, I think the more that we put it out there, the more we educate people, bringing the truth and providing awareness to them so that they know, but we don't want to go into fear, you know. So I think that's why it's been taken very lightly, you know, or doing it very tenderly or gently. That's been being done.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You asked
now,
me
did you talk about the activate? Oh, go ahead.
You asked me something that I really wanted to talk about, and now I recall that you asked me about when is this global currency reset going to happen? You asked me this right before you rebooted your computer. And this is great because this is news from today that I found about it. That the holdup of the GRC is because of the Mueller. I hope that I pronounce his name.
Mueller.
Yeah. Mueller. Okay, Mueller.
Mueller.
That Mueller investigation of the fake Russian collusion of Trump. And this was the holdup because people didn't want to invest in the United States if they are afraid that it's going to the drain because Trump is going to be impeached, as Obama told them, and Clinton told everyone not to invest in the United States, and this is part of the global currency reset. I wasn't aware of this. Now, this was the holdup, but something happened, and the trigger of this event of global currency reset that will start this GCR is the release or the report, Mueller's report about this Russian collusion. Now, on March 22nd, just two days ago, it was final, and Mueller submitted the report to Barr. I think he's the Attorney General. And he received it, and Mueller said he didn't release it, but he said there are not going to be any more indictments, meaning it's finito.
Finished.
There's no Russian collusion. So the way is open for the GCR. And what I understood, let me see, is the Patriot Intel report. Very good channel that I found.
What is it?
I added this information and links in the article today, so you'll have everything. But the channel is called the Patriot Intel Report on YouTube. Okay. And this is a bombshell, in my opinion, because this is it. And when Barr or Mueller are going to release this report and totally exonerate Trump of this hoax, then the GCR can go with GESARA Act. So this is great news. And apparently, people who said that it's imminent, and they said that it's going to happen in the spring, well, we are very close to April 1st, as it was, so this is really great. Something to look
for. So the GESARA will go with the GCR?
This is something that I have to check. What I know is that first, the GCR needs to go. This is the first stage. And I don't recall how the GESARA Act is connected because, I know why. Because only those countries that are GESARA compliant can participate in the QFS, which is part of global currency reset. And for people who don't know what QFS means, it's Quantum Financial System, and it's the name of the new financial system. For those
what I understood too. Sorry.
No, please.
What I heard Trump say the other day too, he was heading out to, now this is my assumption, I haven't verified it with anybody yet, but he was heading out to Florida, I believe, to the Caribbean. And my sense is that what he's doing, he's going to all these different countries to get everyone on board to be compliant. But I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. Because why is he going out to all these countries? I know that he's, as a president, we want to befriend, and not have any enemies anywhere. But that's my take from that. Have you heard anything on that?
No, but I know that countries, including the United States, they, after Trump was elected, they all signed, the 209 countries signed it. The only countries that I know, and I don't think that Trump is going there any soon, is actually only Iran and Venezuela. These are the only countries that I know that aren't GESARA compliant. So, and I don't think that he will go there.
Okay. Well, wasn't he just in Iran not too long ago? I thought he was.
Can you please repeat it, because I didn't hear?
I think he was already in Iran.
Really?
I believe he has been there. Maybe it was Iraq.
I think it's Iraq. It's near.
Okay, it might have been Iraq. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I don't believe that he will dare to enter Iran, because I don't think he will live. Okay.
No, I don't think he could be killed, but you know.
Yes. No, Iraq is a different story, because Iraq is very important. From what I get with their Iraqi dinar and RV, because it's the Iraqi dinar, it's the dong from Vietnam, Zim from Zimbabwe, and the fourth one I forgot. It's four countries. It's 4 countries, and but we'll see. I mean, maybe the alliance is active worldwide, so I'm expecting them to operate worldwide, because everywhere there are white hats. We are not aware of them, of course, and many of them probably lost their lives, unfortunately. They are very brave, so, and it's everywhere.
Can you elaborate on the white hats for anybody that'll be joining us that doesn't know what the white hats are?
Okay, well, let me give you a brief summary of what I know about the white hats. Right now, the war or the battle behind the scenes is not between countries, but within countries, which means in the militaries of different countries, there are the good guys and the bad guys. I think this is the easiest. Now, those who are the good guys, we call them the white hats, and those that are the bad guys, we call them the black hats. The black hats are collaborating with the deep state, with the cabal, and they are working, and they are acting against humanity, while the white hats are working in order to liberate us and in order to bring all the good that we are talking right now to humanity, and to free us from all these financial bondage and the population agenda and all the dark and all the heinous crimes that people don't know, and I don't even want to speak about, because it's so hard for me. It's really hard. Yeah. So these people are in all the armies, in the intelligence agencies, in probably in the legal system, and everywhere. And for example, the battle can be within the FBI in the United States or within the CIA. that people were dismissed there, if you notice this. They are in the government. There are many black hats in the government everywhere. So this is what's going on. Does it make it clear? Clear?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah. So I want to ask a question or answer a question. Linda Winger said, can you please confirm the two countries non-compliant? Yes, it was Iraq and Venezuela. We're not compliant, correct, Shoshi?
Yes, Iran.
Iran, excuse me, not Iraq. Yes,
yes, because I don't want to use the two because there is a big difference. Iran and Venezuela.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, those are the two countries. Ooh, you know, I wonder where the white hats and the black hats came in. Like, who decided that there was going to be black hats and white hats? That's I mean, just off the top of my head, it's like, it was just a question I'm just kind of throwing out there, just in general, just like who came up with that? I think it's brilliant, you know. But cool.
Maybe someone who watched a lot of movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the white hats being of the light and the black hats being of the dark. That's what my interpretation would be if somebody would ask me. That's how I would relate it. But, you know, yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about what is the NESARA Act?
Okay. The NESARA Act, just let me read it for you. Because it's something that I don't remember by heart. Okay.
The National...
NESARA stands for National Economic Security and Reformation Act, which was supposed to be implemented in the US, but as Trump signed the Paris Accord, the revised, because he didn't want to sign the former Paris Climate Change Accord. They revised it, and it included a it was secretly embedded the GESARA, so he signed it. So the NESARA Act was merged into the GESARA, so there is no need for a separate NESARA Act for the United States. So all the world is right now under the GESARA Act.
Okay. Under GESARA, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about, you want to talk about the implementation of the GESARA Act, or why is the GESARA Act necessary? Sorry, guys, for the echo.
I think it's better than it used to be.
Okay, good. Well,
I'm sure that at the end of the interview, it will be perfect.
It's okay. I just want to apologize to everybody.
No, this is technology. This is technology. You saw what happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is that the GESARA Act is necessary at this time because we are, as I say in the many articles in my book, in my videos, we are ascending. We are shifting into a higher consciousness, into a higher level of awareness. And we need to regain our freedom. We need to get it back because, and GESARA is what will be aligned with our new consciousness. We are moving from 3D, it's called ascension. This is one of the most complex topics for me, ascension. And I think that I'm going to speak about it because it really needs to be elaborated. What it means to ascend and what it means, the shift in consciousness. Oh, the easiest that I can explain is that we are awakening to our true selves, that we are more than our bodies, that we are awakening to our being enslaved. We are becoming aware of this, that because think about it, we were unaware for this for millennia. From what I know, some speak about millennia. Some speak about 13,000 years. I don't know. We'll know when there is full disclosure. I'm waiting for full disclosure because everything that we talk right now, so much of it is from many sources, and I want to know what is true, because
yes.
I'm just following my gut feeling, and I see how many sources talk about this. They are reliable or not. So that's why Gezara is needed today, because we are switching.
Everything is switching.
Yes, everything is switching, and although the Cabal is doing everything to stop this awakening and mass awakening and our ascension, and they do it in so many ways, this awakening cannot be undone.
Yeah,
Their battle
right.
is over. Please,
Yeah.
if there is a message that I want you to get from this interview, is that despite it's scary right now, and believe me, I'm scared of what I see with the 5G, with the forced vaccinations, with children dying, with everything that I see worldwide, with the chemtrails that we follow. We are winning this battle and they are losing. This is the last ditch attempt. If you look at New Zealand, what they are doing, and everyone is watching them and then speak about it because they are exposed. People in New Zealand didn't want to, a lot didn't want to participate afterwards with this, how to say, what they do. So just remember this and follow the signs, the indications that they are losing, although it's scary. It's the darkest before dawn. Remember this.
Mm-hmm. And it's eminent that we're going this route. And there's some people, you know, that are not really even tuned into that. You know, it's just like, okay, this is what the world's doing. I just go about my day, go to my job, go do this and go do that. It's the mundane, you know, until when the stuff hits the fan and then it all comes out and your world is actually literally in an upheaval, you know, because it's turned upside down. Then I think people will start to awaken when it starts to come more out on mainstream media, and which it's really not, you know. So, but it's imminent. I mean, there's no turning back.
No. Yeah. There's no turning back.
Yeah. Which, why would you want to? Like, knowing what we know, there's no way, you know. So I think it's important to get this information out. That's why I do the shows, because it's providing the information, you know.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. This is very important.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, I thank all of you guys, because you're out there, you know, gathering the information, and you know, so it's good. It's good to have. Okay, so we talked, well, we did. When is the reset, the RV expected to happen? We kind of already know that. It's based upon the Mueller report.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
The reset, we've already answered that. The reset, when that's expected to happen, is all based upon the Mueller report, which I thought the Mueller report was already out. The bar hasn't actually put it out there as to say, but we know there's no collusion, but it hasn't been actually, definitely said of that from him.
It needs to be released. It needs to be released to the public, because right now, the only one who received it is Attorney General Barr, and we wait. But this is, it opens the way, because if there is no Russian collusion, and everyone knows that there is no Russian collusion, they know that that Trump is going to be exonerated, and then it will move forward. So it is imminent. Of course, I don't know. No one knows when it's going to be released, but we know that we know the outcome.
Yeah. And I think he's been, he talked about the gold back for a long time now. So it's been in process, this whole thing of the reset of currency has already, it's not like this one day they decided this year, we're going to do a reset currency. This has been happening for a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just a matter of the players being put in position to be able to have an effect that will cause an outcome.
Yes. And actually the quantum financial system, the QFS, is already active for over a year. I was following this from Intel, that it was active. And I was waiting, hey, when is it going to be replacing the, because we only receive a little bit of information here and there. And a lot of pieces are missing, but now we have one more very important piece in place. So this is great news. We are moving forward.
Yes, good stuff. Do you want to, we're going to open up to question and answer, but is there anything that you want to share before we open that up to question and answer?
No, just ask your questions.
Okay. Linda says, I do not hear you mention Canada. What about Canada? Well, is Canada as far as what, Linda?
In what sense?
Shoshi?
In what sense about Canada?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask her. Yeah, I can't answer that because I'm not sure what she means. Let's see, let me look back if there's any other questions. Sorry, you guys, that I have an echo. I apologize. So, oh, uh-oh. Linda has a question.
Okay.
Out of bank, you put it back in the bank, as you say, it will be not used anymore soon. And all countries, just wondering what people can do if they have paper money. Bank it? Question mark.
Okay, just one moment. I'm sorry.
Oh, bless you. No worries. Bless you. Thanks for everybody who's tuned in. You're welcome. Woo! Bless you. That's truth. Three times truth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Well, no one is going to lose their money. What I said is that the banknotes, you call this paper money banknotes? Or anyway, you're not going to lose it. You're going to exchange it. If you're an honest and decent person, you're going to the bank and you'll exchange your money with gold-backed or asset-backed money. You're not going to lose your money. That's very important. The cabal is going to lose their money, and anyone who collaborates with them in their illegal and crimes, but decent people are not going to lose their money, even if they are paper money. It's going to be a change.
Yeah. Okay, so when she asked that question, she came back to say, as to paper money to go back in the bank if you took some out. That's what she meant. Or it will have no value.
Oh, the paper money is going to lose its value. People will be able to exchange this so they have money that they can use, gold-backed or asset-backed. Is it clear? Do I answer the question?
Well, I'm not sure. Linda, you might, Linda Lundgren, sorry if I'm messing up your name. Angel Linda, well, you guys are all angels. Let's see. Well, she said, I didn't hear you mention Canada. Then she said, as to paper money, this is regarding Canada, to go back in bank if you took some out. Or will it have no value?
Oh, I understand. Okay. The paper money is going to lose its value. You will have a credit card, there will be credit cards, and there will be coins. There will be no paper money in the system, in the new system. That's what I understand. Does this reply?
Canada's a part of this.
Canada, Canada, from what I know, it's very easy. There are only two countries that are not GESARA compliant, and it's Iran and Venezuela. The rest are GESARA compliant. 209 countries are GESARA compliant.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Linda. Okay, and then another Linda has a question. What about those without money? Are they still poor? No. No.
From what I know, there are going to be humanitarian projects, a lot of humanitarian projects, that some of them, people who bought Zim, Dong, Iraqi dinar, all these sorts of things, they will be able to participate in this humanitarian project and probably also benefit from this. The people who are poor, those who don't have shelter, homeless people, those who don't have water, clean water, for example. Today I posted on my author pages a charity. For example, I participate and it's for people to have clean water. This is humanitarian. There are so many different things that we will be able to do. People are not going to remain poor and homeless. This is the great news of GESARA and the release of all these advanced technologies, which are, by the way, not new, but they were suppressed. We couldn't use them, but they were suppressed, and everyone will be taken care of.
Yes. Yes, there will be no poor. If they're going to start with the people that are poor first.
No poor and no hunger and no homeless.
Yeah.
And there will be peace.
Yes. Well, the thing too with the Zimbabwe, because I have the Zims, that a lot of those monies will be used for humanitarian projects to rebuild humanity in the world. So, and we will be directed as to where those monies will be going, because each bond is worth 50 trillion. So that's a lot of money to be putting towards, humanitarian projects to rebuild, and so that there is no poor. So there's going to be so there won't be,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone will be, exactly. And once I read a UN report that how much money do we need to end poverty? And it's not a lot. It's $22 billion. It's
Wow.
of source. It's not so much, and you're talking about trillions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people are going to receive money too. From what I don't know if it's true, but I remember what Benjamin Fulford talked about, 100,000 each. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah. Junior has a question. Do you agree, Shoshi, all banks will close for a certain time so the RV can come into effect? Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Linda.
This is a very interesting question, because from my recent resources, I didn't see anything about this, but from Cobra, he speaks about the event and this reset, and he said, and I listened to Jordan Sader, he didn't speak specifically about the GCR, but a lot of people, including David Wilco, a lot of people talk about 2 weeks that you have to have at home a supply of food, medications. If you have a car, you need to take care that if it's half full fuel, I don't know the term, then you have to fill it. And you need to take care for 2 weeks. But from recent sources, no one talks about this. That's very interesting. But just to be on the safe side, and I'm definitely for being on the safe side, I keep a lot of food in the freezer because I listen to them. I listen to those who are cautious. Because during this, I believe that the GCR, during this time, there will be the mass arrests. So in order to, and people will probably be glued to the TVs, because finally they will spread the truth instead of fake news. So we need to, I feel that even if I speculate, just to be on the safe side, take care for 2 weeks. I'm telling my family and friends for years. I know that they don't listen so much, but I'm telling them, even if they are joking and ridiculing, I'm doing what I can. I have water. Although even Cobra said that they know who are going to try to cause damage to water supply and electricity, and they will stop them. But look, it's better to be on the safe side. That's my opinion.
So if the electricity goes out, the freezer's connected into electricity, what would you do?
No. What I said, and I probably wasn't heard, according to Cobra, they know, because from what I know, they are following the Kabbalah. They have their way of following the Kabbalah.
Yeah.
And they know who is going to damage, who will attempt, will attempt to damage the electricity supply, the water supply. They know, and they will stop them. They will prevent this. But I just wanted to be safe, so I also have water. But they said that there won't be a problem with electricity and water. It's just me, okay? I'm just sharing what I'm doing. No one said about electricity, or I'm just saying that they are under surveillance too, the bad guys. It's
well, and it's good to be prepared anyway.
Yes.
Really, and just in case anything would ever happen. So it's just always good to just have water and food. Just, it's just good to have that. So yes, awesome. Thank you. Daniela has a question. Can I ask you, what about Bulgaria, her country? Is there any information about her little country? Thank you, Daniela.
Well, it's the same answer as I said about GESARA compliant, because from my information, only 2 countries are not GESARA compliant, and it's not Bulgaria. So I assume that Bulgaria is GESARA compliant. So everything is going to be okay, from what I know.
Yay, sounds good. Thank you, Shoshi. Thank you, Daniela. She said thank you.
You're welcome. All of you.
Junior and Linda said thank you too. Let's see. I don't see any other questions. You guys have a question for Shoshi? Let us know. We can get that for you. I'm seeing if I wrote down some other information. Yeah, I don't have anything else to ask you, because you've covered that pretty clear. Like, the Mueller report, once Barr releases that's going to be really important, and that'll kind of start the process. But, I think it all goes back to, we can't rush or push or, everything has to be orchestrated so strategically, and it's like playing chess. You're not just going to, like, put some, your king or your pawn or whatever somewhere, you're really going to strategically, mentally, how do we need to do this? What's our best option in order to take control? And they've done that, and just little by little.
I totally agree. It's so complex that it's so difficult to even understand what is going on, because I look at Trump, and his situation is so complex. People don't get what he got himself into. I mean, because he's surrounded, he's one person trying to do this amazing thing with the alliance, with the positive military in the US, in the intelligence agencies. He's one man. and he's surrounded by the deep state in his own government. So when you say that he's doing bad things or saying bad things, or why does he say this, please bear in mind that he needs to play, as Linda said, very correctly, that he needs to play very cautiously. He's very loud, but he needs to be very cautious. He endured even before he was elected. I know, because a friend of mine, an Israeli friend of mine, was so concerned for his life before the elections that he's going to be assassinated. And since he was elected, a guy, one day, I remember that 3 months ago, there were 2 attempts in 1 week to assassinate Trump. And I know it only because people, you know, they know this one and this person. And I follow a lot of channels. And a guy said that after the 7th assassination attempt, he stopped counting. So, and only recently I read a correspondence between Mike Pence and, you know Mike Pence, right? He's vice president. And Paul Ryan. Why do they talk with each other? And it's scary just to think about it. And the guy from that I told you that I learned from him that the Mueller report that didn't find any Russian collusion, then this from Patriot Intel report, he said at the end of the audio, he said that we all need to pray for POTUS, for the President of the United States. Me, as an Israeli, I think that Americans were shocked. I mean, why an Israeli woman says that she prays for Trump? And I said, you wouldn't believe who prays for Trump and in what countries. And I'm telling you because I have acquaintances in countries that Israel have no diplomatic ties. And those that are light workers, that are light warriors, that are world patriots or air patriots, and we are everywhere. People were mad at me on Twitter that I said, I'm not, that I'm praying for the President Trump, even though and they asked me, yes, but you're American, and I'm not American. They thought that I'm American, and what are you talking about? I'm not. I'm Israeli. And you have to see how friends of mine from Germany react, from the Netherlands, from Indonesia. Can you believe it? In Indonesia, from so many countries that you wouldn't believe. And I will continue praying for him until the final victory of the light, until the cabal totally collapses and we see the full disclosure, the truth on mainstream media. And maybe then I will buy a TV set, because I ask someone to
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, I have no more questions. Is there anything, I mean, that was wonderful. Is there anything, well, let me ask you this question. So what can you tell the viewers that's helped you on this journey to where you've gotten to where you are today? Is there anything that you could give them?
there is so much that
I know.
I'm going to talk about this. I think that we need to do a session, an interview about how I managed to do this awakening, because for me it was devastating. I can tell you that for days I was unable to do anything. I was unable to work, to focus. There were things that I found out that I was so devastated and overwhelmed that I just was like numb. I wasn't able to cry. I looked at the computer screen and thought, how am I going to work? Because it was so, but there were many things that I did. For me, what helped me is, for example, it's called grounding. Even in the winter, well, not in the snow, of course, but if you don't have snow and you can, ground yourself on the earth, barefoot on the earth. You can do this on the grass, if you can. I mean, it depends on the weather at your place, but it really helps. It does something that soothes you, calms you, ground. This is very important. Something else, and thank you, Julia. He reminded me about the music in all sorts of tones that are very calming, soothing, like 5-8, which is the love tone or the miracle tone. You have the 432. You have all sorts of music that can soothe you and make you feel better. You have yoga that can make you feel better. You can do exercise, walk. If you, I just keep sunbathing. Sunbathing is really good. Don't be afraid, unless you're very, very, very sensitive, and it's not good for you.
What is it?
Sunbathing. Sunbathing.
Oh, yes. Sunbathing.
You know, just look at the sun, or sun gazing, but sun gazing is at a certain times during the day. Don't do this at noon. What else? If you're near a forest, be in the nature.
Yeah.
Near trees. Go on the beach barefoot. On the beach, if you like to barefoot in the water. This is very helpful. I know that I walked a lot of kilometers or miles while I wrote this book, which was very difficult for me. And I couldn't speak with anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends, I have amazing friends. Believe me, I have, but no one can really understand what I went through. But this is the basic stuff. There are also on YouTube, there are a lot of inspiration and a lot of people that give insights and uplift your spirits, like Inspire Nation. He's really Michael Sanders, I think, and someone else is, I forgot his name. Oh, Dr. Dane here. He's so moving in his videos, and he gives all sorts of practical advice how to manage with this awkwardness, because people that are going through this awakening, they feel awkward. I don't know about you, but I feel the, you know, the tinfoil hat, nut. And so just listen to other people who felt awkward. Maybe they are not awakened like we are, but they share their own experiences, because everyone has their own experience.
Yeah.
And even though we have our own experience of feeling alone and lonely with this awakening, these people had a different experience. For example, Dr. Dave here, he is white, and he grew up because his mother, after the divorce, she didn't have money, and he grew up in the ghetto. And at the age of 8, he was beaten up because he was the only whitey in the black community. And Michael Sanders, his parents thought, obviously, that it was a good idea that a good Jewish boy will learn in a Catholic school. He was beaten too. Yeah. So people have different experiences, and the way you hear them, they smile, and they are so positive and optimistic, and they spread so much love, compassion, and uplifting messages that you need to see them. It will obviously make you feel better, and they have a lot of guests. So this was my way.
That, and I think grounding is important, and you know, I think what's important too is to reach out, because there are other people who are going through the same thing that may not even know they're going through that. So, and the internet provides so much information that we can tap into. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Shoshi, for being on the show today and providing all this wonderful information. This is pretty exciting. So we'll wait to see what happens with the Mueller report. If Barr will release that, that would be great. And yeah, we thank you for being on the show. It's really a pleasure as always. So
thank you. Do you want me to stay on the show afterwards?
Yeah, yes, you can. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay.
Wait.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And thank you, everybody who tuned in today, the ones who'll be tuning in later after this video and watching the replay. We greatly appreciate it. I apologize so much for this echo and the delay, so my apologies. Not sure what's going on with BeLive, but anyway, thank you all again. We love you. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for all the great questions, and we will see you later. Tune in for another show. Love you. Bye.